Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, he now improves his record to 15 wins with 2 losses and 9 career knockouts. Standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.95 meters, he weighed in at 244 1/2 pounds and even 110 kilos. Back tonight, fighting out of Curacao, he is D'Angelo Marshall. His opponent fighting out of the white corner. His record now 41 wins with 16 losses and 1 bout scored even with 26 career knockouts. At 6 feet 3 1/2 inches, 1.92 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 236 pounds, 107.2 kilos. Here tonight, fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, it's Anderson Silva. And again, your referee is Tobias Gerald.
D'Angelo, Anderson. Gentlemen, it's the final of the contender tournament. You know the rules, respect my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Fight good, fight clean, fight hard, may the best man win. Judge gloves, back to the corner. Judge, judge, judge.
Who's headed to Madison Square Garden in July to face Benjamin Adegbuyi? We're about to find out. Anderson Silva from Brazil in the white gloves, D'Angelo Marshall in the black. And they both come out swinging.
That's what D'Angelo did in his first fight.
Not wasting any time. Marshall headhunting from the beginning, but Silva answering back.
And Silva's gonna counter right back. Really use those counter punches.
Marshall spent less than a minute in the ring in his opening contest.
It seems like Silva really likes to take this first round to stay defensive, weather the early storm of his opponents.
It takes a lot of energy to throw these big power punches that Marshall's so fond of. By round 3, he could be gassed.
Well, in these exchanges, it's Marshall that found some good hooks and uppercuts. He's definitely getting the best in these exchanges.
Can't underestimate the in-ring experience Anderson Silva has. 57 professional fights.
Well, in the semifinals, we thought he was finished in that first round. Then he came back. Let's see if he can do it again in this fight.
He's known as Braddock after Chuck Norris, that cult movie missing in action. His teammates felt he shared the same gung-ho attitude and fearlessness, so they said, "You're Chuck Norris." I think Chuck Norris would win a tournament final. He doesn't know how to lose. He's Chuck Norris. Nice jab from Marshall.
That's what I'd like to see from Marshall. I like when he uses his jab, but not sure what happened there.
Tobias Gerald saying it's not a knockdown. Nice body kick from Silva.
Marshall's definitely slowing down.
A slapping left hook from Marshall. Well, Silva looked dead and buried in his first fight, but came back to win via KO in round 2.
Well, let's see what that early output has done for Marshall. Still looking good as this round comes to a close.
Marshall, 6 foot 5 inches tall. Anderson Silva, 6'3 1/2.
I like Anderson moving his head.
You cannot be stationary if you're fighting someone like D'Angelo Marshall. He'll catch you with the right hand and put you on your back. Nice uppercut again from Marshall.
Beautiful, pop that chin of Silva. Oh, good dig body hook from Silva.
A good opening round for Marshall, but how much energy did he dish out?
Well, he slowed down as the round progressed. Maybe he's decided that since he couldn't get that early finish, he's gonna kind of pace himself a little bit. He did a good job throwing some jabs. I don't think there was many kicks so far in this round. It shows Marshall throwing 3 kicks and Silva 4.
For more on our Glory Girls, go to glorykickboxing.com. Round 2 scheduled for 3. See how the judges scored this fight. Open scoring rules. All 5 give it to Marshall. So Silva has to win the next 2 rounds. And Joe, it seems like as long as Marshall can stay active, stay busy, he's going to be fine. But once he starts running out of gas, that's when Silva hones in.
Well, Silva's very dangerous with his counter punching, so regardless, Marshall needs to stay tight in these exchanges because this is where Broddick is dangerous. He's starting to hit the body, which is opening the head, just like his first fight. So I expect Silva to have a better round, more active, especially with these low kicks and body punches.
Marshall going back to the jab, which is always a good idea.
Nice knee on the inside as well.
Anderson Silva would love to fight in Madison Square Garden in July. He has another baby due in August. Got to buy some diapers, Joe. Need the money. Body shot from Silva.
Yeah, a lot of left kicks and body punches. That's going to open up some of the head shots. Just like that overhand right Silva threw.
And Joe, since the winner will be matching up against Benjamin Adegbuyi, who would do better, in your opinion, in that fight?
Well, the way Silva fought him last time was incredible, and it was such a close fight where Silva did a good job using his boxing and counter punches. So I got to go with Silva. D'Angelo's still really young.
Nice jab.
But both guys have a good shot. Both powerful, both big, both durable.
It almost looks like Marshall could jab his way to a win here in round 2 if he so chooses. There it is again.
Silva's good at moving his head off center line and ripping those punches.
Both men slowing down considerably here. 45 seconds to go in round 2, scheduled for 3. It's our main event, the finals of our heavyweight contender tournament.
Good body, left hook. Silva has a very dangerous left kick. He's using it a lot to the leg right now, then he mixes up a high kick. D'Angelo's corner is asking for punch to knees. Which is definitely a good strategy, but make sure he keeps his hands up when he's throwing those knees.
Good low kick on the way out of this round. Anderson Silva.
Definitely a better round for Anderson Silva. I'm curious to see how the judges are scoring that round.
Anderson Silva says this is his biggest fight in years because he knows what's at stake. Silva said he did no research on either one of his possible opponents tonight, or actually up to 3. Said he lets his trainer do that. He just goes in, trains, and does whatever his coaches tell him.
Well, he has to have a lot of confidence coming in here, being the most experienced guy fighting the best in the world for so many years. So he probably is very confident with that, and it's showing. He's having a better second round, but very impressive start for D'Angelo Marshall. The future is endless for this guy.
Both corners very emotional with their guys. Listen, this is the last round. We got a shot possibly at a heavyweight championship. Go out there and make the most of these 3 minutes. Here we go. Through 2 rounds, here is the official scoring.
Both guys coming out a lot active because that second round, in my opinion, can go both ways.
1 judge gave it to Silva, 4 gave it to Marshall. Therefore, Anderson Silva needs a knockdown in this round, or he will lose. So Marshall's corner saw that as well. Would you play it safe here, knowing you've won the first 2 rounds, Joe?
Well, if I was Marshall's corner, I would like him to stay long with those straight punches. He doesn't need to get on the inside. He can stay active. He can keep pressuring, staying busy, but use longer punches because those hooks and counter punches of Silva are always dangerous.
I would yell something along the lines of, you need to throw at least 30 jabs this round.
Yeah, he needs to stay long.
It's some push kicks. But he's not staying long, he's going for the kill. Couple of big power punches land, but Silva's still upright.
I feel Silva's best weapons would be those left kicks.
Oh, and a knee and a right hand follows it up. But Silva just won't go quietly, will he?
No, many have tried. He's very hard and difficult to put down.
Silva looked down and out in his first fight as well, but came back to win. He's got a minute and a half here.
Looks like he's saving up some energy for some big punches.
Who are you talking about, Joe?
Well, both at this point. I think both of them are trying to catch breath and try to find the energy to put combinations together.
Another good round so far for D'Angelo Marshall. You've got to wonder how much damage did Silva suffer from that first fight that's carried over here into his second. He's eating a lot of power punches.
Yeah, his head keeps getting rocked on the inside. D'Angelo keeps mixing angles. He's throwing hooks and uppercuts.
There's an uppercut.
Beautiful time.
Stepped right into it.
Punching power seems to have gone from the hands of Silva.
He landed a flush shot there with the right hand, but it didn't have enough mustard on it to do damage. A good body shot from Silva as we approach 10 seconds to go. D'Angelo Marshall appears to have done the deed. A fantastic performance from Marshall, who just throws out his mouthpiece. He fought brilliantly in the first fight, knocking out his opponent in 48 seconds, and he did pretty darn well against Silva too.
Well, it was definitely a good strategy, and a lot of fighters in tournaments really go hard and aggressive that first fight, try to limit and avoid the damage, finish the fights as fast as possible. So that strategy seemed to work well for him tonight.
The official decision. Who's headed to New York City? We find out when we return. Welcome back to the Netherlands. Todd Grisham, Joseph Valtellini here ringside as we jump into our highlights from the heavyweight contender tournament final.
A lot of these highlights are going to be about this active forward volume of D'Angelo Marshall, who just kept coming forward, throwing his boxing, really changing angles, landing some good knees on the inside. Braddock really tried counter-punching and really tried hitting the body, mixing in some left kicks, but just didn't have that power in that third round. Could it be the conditioning, or was it that first fight of Silva that took most of his energy out of him? But you can see that although the landed, the throw, all favors D'Angelo Marshall.
D'Angelo Marshall, who's already won 2 tournaments in Super Combat in 2013 and 2015, may have just done it again here in glory in 2017. Who's headed to the Big Apple? Let's find out with Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of tournament action, we once again go to the judges' scorecard to our 5 ringside judges. Here are the totals. One judge scores at 29-28. The other 4 all have it 30-27. A unanimous decision for your winner. And now, Glory Contender Tournament Champion, D'Angelo Marshall. Here present the Ramon Deckers Trophy, our Managing Director of Sports, Mr. Cor Hemmers, joined by the #2 ranked heavyweight of the UFC, Mr. Alistair Overeem.